Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Terra Odyssey. We have the most remarkable weather outside today. It's 85 degrees and breezy and beautiful, and I thought it was remarkable that this timeout card was one of the choices that came up because this morning I just had to take it easy. I had like little errands to run really early, and I was like, you know what? Slow everything down, because when we do that, we're able to do things the right way, the calm way. And when you hear, if you choose number one, what it has to say, I was like, oh yes, it's absolutely 100% spot on true. Firstly, I just want to open with thanking everybody who joined the Instagram contest. It was so fun. You guys, so many of you were right in your answers that I had to do like pick out of a hat, just put your names and pick out. And the two winners, Angel Heart 444 and LJ Cuello, you guys were the winners. Everything's posted over there, and I'm going to be doing more of these contests. They're really fun because I like to give back to you guys, and I know every contest is like so fun. I love entering every kind of contest. And listen, I'm really hoping today, you guys, if I can learn how to, or my son will teach me how to cut and paste videos, I'm going to do a makeup tutorial. I got the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette in the mail yesterday. It's so phenomenal, and I've been watching his tutorials and watching his expertise, and I really love it. And a few of you have asked, you know, how do you do your makeup when you go on and you do your public reads? And I've done my own makeup since I've been like 12 or 13, and I love it. I understand formulas. I understand, you know, not to go too crazy with stuff. I know what colors work with what skin types, and I'm really hoping to have that added on to one of my videos, public videos I do for you guys. If not, it will be free over on my Patreon page, because I know that I can just tape it and then whack it on over there and have it work. I really am trying to learn the technological aspects of stuff so I can have all kinds of little extras for you guys. Of course, somebody is starting their lawnmower the second I come out and read, so hopefully with the microphone pointed right at me, it won't pick up much of that. So I'm using the gorgeous cosmic reading cards. I love these when I'm outside. They are by Nari Anastaria. I love using these so much when we're outside because they're so bright. And I want to show you guys the stone I got yesterday, because I'm going to do a video on my favorite things and how to get them inexpensively. This blue agate right here is so absolutely stunning. Look at the back of it and the colors. Could you swoon? I love it the second I saw it. Now, if you guys live in the continental US, because I don't know if Canada also has these, there's a bunch of stores that I think Home Goods or Marshalls owns them, and it carries all of these beautiful natural slabs. They have an amethyst, everything else. And I was in Home Goods yesterday and I saw this, and it's ridiculous. They're between $12.99, $16.99, and $24.99 depending on the side, and they make great bookmarks. I like to put them on top of my decks, things like that. They're remarkable. So anyway, let's get moving and see. This is kind of like, where is your life path leading you right now, and what are some messages from Spirit that can help you really kind of coast along and take it easy here and there. Because I know that the alignment of the planets this week are very conducive to ease, taking it easy, having joy, having fun, feeling young and spirited, right? And that's important. We got to remember why we're even here, right? We're here to connect, have a good time, and really just savor life and savor the little things. That's what I was like, get your booty outside, pack up your basket, and bring everything outside. I feel like, especially under this particular tree I'm at, it causes this beautiful like shuddering of light. Isn't that so beautiful? Very restful and relaxing. So if you're watching this in your office, you can get a little taste of being outside. So we have 3 cards to choose from. We have Time Out, which I was in this morning, which was great. Number 2 is Emotions, and number 3 is Integrity. That's one of my favorite words. I just love that. I remember hearing that when I was young and being like, oh, I like that, because it just has a deep meaning to me. You know, when people do what they say they're going to do, when they are a kind, authentic person, when they come from a place of caring and good spiritedness, I feel like that is integrity, and it's important we remember if we're not moving along that axis to kind of get realigned with that, so we can sleep well and feel good and all of those things. So we're going to start with Time Out if you chose number 1, and this is basically just saying stop racing around the clock, step outside and feel the magic and oneness of nature. That's exactly what I did when I was like, oh, I have this makeup tutorial, I have all these things. I was like, Melanie, calm down, put everything in the basket and go sit outside. The moment I stepped outside barefoot, My blood pressure went way down. My breathing slowed. I felt 100% better. So this is saying time out, okay? It's calling for a time right now to slow down and take it easy. Take time out from our busy schedules, the hustle and bustle of everyday life. When we're chasing the clock and getting ourselves all caught up in the illusion of time, it will take its toll on us. It really will, on how we look, how we talk. Have you ever been in a conversation with somebody you haven't seen in a while, like out on the street, and they're speaking so fast and they're looking over your shoulder, their shoulder, like they're racing time? It's like, you can tell, right? It's a disconnectedness. Like, what is everybody in this big hurry for? Okay. So if we're at war with time, like, I just don't have enough time, Spirit understands our hunger and our desire to evolve as a soul, and it can see these blockages that actually stop us from exploring further. So the universe grants our wishes on a daily basis, and it'll ensure that we don't have time if we keep saying that. I no longer say that. I say, I have all the time in the world. If somebody's like, I know you're really busy, I'm like, no, I'm not. I may be busy, but I have all the time in the world. When I realize that if I put my focus in and I just, go at a natural pace, things get done. There's no reason to be, I don't even look at the clock because that drives me crazy, right? And knowing the universe is going to grant our wish, I don't say that. So we need to feel like we have time on our side so we're less irritable, anxious, or drained, right? We need to recharge our body, mind, and soul. Step away from stress and any kind of ticking clock. Get out in the natural world. Disconnect from phone, computer, TV. Come out into nature's rhythmic cycles. Just right now, hearing the wind is so soothing to me. I'm absolutely recovering from any kind of stress that I had earlier with the cats being crazy. It's the best way to renew your energy and your resources is just to be outside. I feel like we become more alive in nature's magic, and we can dissolve any stress just by being there. Okay. And I am going to pull some cards and we're going to see what's going on. I hope y'all are doing well. We got 2 wands. I have my awesome Ellen Dugan deck out here and I am loving it. Yes. Okay, so already I'm hearing messages that, you're going to be going through this period of grace and calm. Look at these wands. Yeah, you're really assessing where you're going, and this is a life path time, so this makes sense right now. Okay, 2 wands and 3 wands. I love that. Looking out over onto the future, and where is it taking you? Where do you really want to go? This is where you need to decipher and become discerning and what's important to you. We fill our days sometimes with such menial, ridiculous things that we don't really need to do, right? My goodness, I have got to stay off YouTube when it comes to Toddy and Jeffree Star because I'm like so jazzed by them lately, but hours can go by, and I like to be constructive and right. But I feel like just slow it all down and really take a good look. What I do oftentimes is I will go like on a feel-good list on Pinterest, and I'll see all these words like focus, grow, simplify, bloom, brave, balance, elevate, mindfulness, consideration, appreciation, and I will go down and I will say all these positive words, and I'll start to feel good, and I'll start to feel what I have gratitude for and appreciation. I'll start to feel abundant. So I look on positive lists. It really helps me. I start to write them down, and then I think, okay, what makes me feel that way? What gives me a sense of worth? I write that down. What gives me a sense of positivity? Write that down. What do I really appreciate? And those are the things we want to move towards. And on the opposite, do we have anything that gives us anxiety, that gives us fear? Move away from that. Usually that's somebody with an overbooked schedule. That's why you have the timeout card. Really, really be selective on who you say yes to and who you make plans with, right? So you can be grounded and feel in harmony with what you're doing. And then you can have enough emotional stability, kindness, love, graciousness, all of those things, patience, to cultivate great relationships with, everybody that's around you, because you don't feel pushed and pulled. And you're going to be able to discern that, which is beautiful, and build a bridge between, who you are and what you want 100%. And you're going to really see the beauty that's out there. You're going to just really have a lot of comfort and ease in your life now, because this is about really assessing, seeing, pinpointing what's going to work for you, moving into with a light heart and a healthy detachment. Spirit is behind you. We know that. We're going to represent the true person that we are, and we're going to feel great about where we're going, because I feel like lots of opportunities are always available. However, if we're rushed or we feel like we're lacking, again, we can miss out on that. So say I have all the time in the world, all is well. I'm always moving in the direction of positivity and a better formatted life, right? And you can organize and simplify. Start with throwing out things you don't need and decluttering. That's a big message I'm hearing too for you guys. And you're really well on your way to this. So beautiful energy, group one. I love that for you. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe and take time out for your little self. Paint, sit outside, get in a beautiful lawn chair, make a swing, get a hammock. I feel like some of you are like, damn, I need a hammock. I keep hearing that word over and over. It's so funny. I love that for you. So number 2, which is also 12, is emotions. Now, what I feel like was going on right now is you're trying to encourage and improve yourself right now, to do things, to say things that align with who you are, to get out in this glorious, beautiful social world and expand and really transform and meet people, because I feel like you're becoming really magnetic and we need to get in touch. Why do I feel this way? I read this beautiful thing the other day that sometimes when a negative emotion comes up, we kind of grant it access for a second and we try to evaluate why it's even there, right? And then we say, okay, it's usually because it's like fear or doubt. And then we go, okay, I release you. And then you replace it immediately with something positive. And then you start to grid your day on the right, happy, glorious spirit. Let's go do this. You deep breathely. You commit to only seeking out the positive. You really listen to your inner child that is like, dude, go and dance in that puddle, sing that song really loudly, all those beautiful things, right? I feel like many people suppress their emotions for fear of being consumed by them, right? Neglected stored emotions create volcanic pressure, you guys, and it can be detrimental to the energy in our body. So I'm encouraging you to allow your emotions to flow in a safe space for you. Say them in the mirror, say them to your cat, say them to your plants outside, express your emotions. If you're sad, cry. Absolutely, there's nothing worse than feeling that burning in the back of your throat and trying to suppress it. If you're angry, then be angry. Acknowledge and truly feel the process, okay? Because it will later culminate in some kind of weird explosion that you don't then have control of. So just observe the emotions as they're being released and ask yourself, why am I having these reactions and emotions? Where do they stem from? Most of the time it is because people feel pressure. People feel that they're not going to measure up. It's usually inner negative dialogue. So we need to switch that. Of course, you can accomplish whatever you want. You are not here to please or prove yourself to anybody. Get on your own schedule that works for you, okay? I'll give you an example. I had to get up really early with my husband to drop off one of our cars at the dealership to have some work done. And I was reading people's faces as we were driving, and it made me really sad. People were going to catch trains, they were on their way to jobs, and they looked really stressed, bummed out, or panicky. It was the weirdest thing. And I thought, thank God I work for myself, because I'm a pretty cool boss. I'm not that bossy and I'm not that bitchy. I'm pretty cool. I like to laugh and I have a good time and I don't overschedule myself. However, when we feel like we're in the position that somebody else's power, it can change how we react. But what we have to realize is, no, these people don't actually have power over us. If we are in our own beautiful, restful headspace and we're hopeful and we're committed to do a good job because we want to do a good job and we appreciate our environment and the fact that we have this job, we are not under anybody else's thumbs, and we can have a happy outlook on what we're doing. And if you are going into work and you feel that dread, get away from that job. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Melanie, that's very easy to say. I did the same thing. You guys, it is not raining money on me continually where I was like, I had money concerns when I left my job. I was like, I don't have my benefits and my regular paycheck anymore. So I don't know if this is going to work. And then I was like, no, this is going to work. This is my passion. This is what I love. And this is, like I always say, my plan B was to make plan A work. And I did. And you can do that. If you're in a place where you're not happy, get out of that, because it's time to really get in touch with our emotions. Where we spend the majority of our day is where we should have good emotions, right? We should be joyful and looking forward to it. So I feel like writing down your feelings, releasing your emotions to nature, or talking with somebody you trust are just some of the many ways you can dispel this pent-up energy. Be gentle and compassionate with yourself during this process. And what I tell everybody else there too is I'm here to listen and help people as well, and I tell people, come over to my Instagram and DM me, and like within days I go through everything, okay? It's like I commit to being a guardian of my client's self, and I always have their best interest at mind, okay? I believe they already have an anxious flu in my mouth. I believe my clients like already know the answers, and they have the wisdom and the capacity to figure things out. And sometimes I just have to have the healthy detachment that guides them in the right way, right? We're here to help and heal each other. Absolutely. So if you ever feel like something's overwhelming you, come over and just DM me, and we will figure things out, people, because, you know, I feel that there is always a solution, and we should never be overwhelmed by stuff. So let's see what's going to come up for you in terms of, yeah, see, emotions. You have a little bit of hermit time. I feel like this is great to sit down with a pad and paper and say, I feel this way, and this, I'm certain this is why I feel this way. Oftentimes it's somebody else's influence. And if it's negative, guess what? Sayonara, people. We don't need that crap. That's ridiculous. Yeah, and right now you're going to get much more discerning. You're going to end up in a place of power. That's part of your new life purpose, is to just not put up with anything. And I love that you got the Page of Cups, because messages are coming in from you, from your guides. Pages is a slower moving energy than Knights. It is moving nonetheless. You're going to be hearing through your intuition, your spirits, you're writing all these things that you need to do to really make the negativity evaporate, any fear evaporate, any resistance to really becoming who you want and being in a really great emotional balanced space. And again, saying no. The king says no. The king is not here to people please, kiss ass, or anything of that nature. He knows the direction he's moving in. He has clear thoughts because he has taken the time out to say, okay, if I'm overscheduled, this is what I'm cutting out. This does not benefit me. Who am I saying yes to that doesn't deserve a yes? That's a big one, right? And you're going to find out through that by having your hermit moment, which is taking time set aside and really start to write down where you're going in your life path, because I feel like you understand, you know, you have the willpower, you have this gorgeous warrior spirit, group 2 for sure. Now you need a little self-motivation to move in that direction, right? You have passion for something and it's going to bring you into a prosperous state of well-being, but you have to have that awareness first, okay? Yeah, this makes me feel heavy, so guess what? I'm not participating in that anymore. This makes me feel really strong and creative. I'm going to move towards that. I feel like you're going to have stronger psychic vision and more celestial energy, and it's really going to make you feel protected from all the little, you know, lower frequencies, and you're going to be able to move away from that. You're going to really recognize who's loyal and bonded to you. They have a sense of brightness around them. You feel good after you leave them. You feel elevated as opposed to drained, and you're really going to recognize that. And this is going to all culminate in this beautiful, you know, emotional recharging, which is perfect timing for this. So love and light to you, group 2. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read, any of those things. Yeah, you're going to rectify and really solidify where you're going, and you're going to feel good. It took a little bit of doing. You got to cut some loose ends, but you know, we all have to do that for sure. So love and light. And now we're on to number 3, which is integrity. And I love this so much. It's like, oh, we should always strive for that, you know, always do, say, and be the best that we can in that higher vibration. We sleep better, we look better, we feel better. That's why I always feel like it's good to promise little and deliver big. So many people are like, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do that. And what happens is we get overstretched and it can give us anxiety. So I very rarely do that. And I let people know if I have the time, I'm more than happy to help you and do this and that. But, you know, I never give an absolute, because people read into, I would love to do this for you, very differently. You know what I mean? So always really watch your wording with people that can misinterpret them. I feel like mistakes happen, and there's times where we say and do things that we wish we don't, right? So instead of criticizing and judging that shade that's within our personality, send that part of you love, light, and compassion. Be gentle with that, because we have to understand there's a reason that we have this shaded area. With love to shine light on this, we're going to see where fears lurk. And most things, people become angry because of fear. People promise things quickly because of fear. You know, they don't want to be excluded, things like that. But your pure divine essence is going to flow, and is constantly flowing through your every cell, is going to keep popping up and remind you to continue on your journey, and you're going to have strength, integrity, and truth in what you're doing. You're walking this path and your light is going to shine. You are going to represent this stalwart, wonderful person that children and other people can look up to, because I feel like those qualities are important to you, you know. You're not going to have any guilt in your life. I feel like you like to accomplish a lot, this group, and you really, you know, you're going to be thriving, but I feel like you push yourself hard, and I feel like you judge yourself harshly. But don't. Be as consistent as you can, but again, promise little and deliver big when you can. I feel like you have a lot of dreams and magic that are going to start to penetrate like your 3D, and you're going to have this great shift and really delight in your new vision that's bringing you. I feel like there's going to be this innate wisdom. You're going to be drawn to books, readers, and people that help you and lift you and point you in the right direction. Like I tell everybody, I love everybody to go see Marissa Peer, P-E-E-R, over on YouTube. She's a world-renowned counselor, and she is an absolute genius. She just tells us, you know, our inner dialogue and how we speak to ourselves creates a blueprint of our life. And when we know that we can do something, we walk towards it, you know, baby steps, and we get these little accomplishments. We start to feel good, and we're like, that was not nearly as hard as I thought. And you just begin this great change. And it's, you know, you're like, you can officiate where your life goes. Now look at this. My favorite card. You guys were so cute over there. Look at this. Whoa, it's Wands time. It's time for, you're turning a page, a new passionate phase where you're going to go and do whatever you want. You're going to be in charge. You are the queen. You're going to have the say in your direction of where you're going and what is going on. Wow, you got double queens. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Yeah, you're stepping into this. I mean, spirit is with you. You are going to be focused, fearless, and happy. You're really committing to this change. You know, you're writing it down. You're holding yourself accountable too for what you say you're going to do for yourself, because you know it begins with you. It begins with you saying, hey, you know what, Tracy, Kristen, Sheila, John, Jennifer, Stacy, you've got this. You've always been in a place where you could pivot. I call it the life pivot, where you go, you know what, this path blows, I'm out of here, and look at that path over there, I'm going to try it. Nothing is really the wrong direction as long as it's a new, updated version of truth and striving to increase your understanding. That's why we're here, to understand things, to solve things, to meet people, to enjoy life, and to participate in. And now's your time. You're really taking that. You're going to have a lot more laughter, I feel. You're going to cultivate some fun silliness, adventures, and you know, you're giving rise to a time where you're like, you know what, I'm not down there with the bottom feeders anymore. I'm not pecking in the dirt with the chickens. It's time to soar with the eagles and really get a great perspective on my life. I'm not saying yes when I want to say no. I'm never going to second guess myself for somebody else. Where I'm going and what I want is what matters to the utmost. And you're moving and doing it. And that's so beautiful, Group 3. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, you're like, dun, 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 Wonder Woman. Yeah, integrity time. Here you go. Focus, grow, and organize, because it is your time. So beautiful energy, Group 3. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below.